Encourage series, and the topic of today is nothing is impossible with God. And that could be like, this could be the series itself. This could be every episode, because even the topics I talk about in the past, like, it's like a umbrella to the topic I'll be talking about tomorrow. I'm so sorry for the air. It's not too bad heat wise right now. It did rain. It's a little muggy, but at the same time there's like a kind of a cool breeze. It's a lot better than it was yesterday, because like coming out in the morning straight off the back, it was like over 80 degrees. I believe it's like 81 that ran in my car. I'll be back. My mother's calling. Sorry, my mother was calling me, so I gotta answer that. But yeah, nothing is too impossible with God. Just like I was saying in the previous episode, the Bible, the Word of God, is our tool to learning more about God and spreading His Word. Yeah, nothing. Even if you think like in this world, of course, things are impossible with humans, because we're not perfect. We're perfect in God's image spiritually. Although that was my mother. Sorry. I'm sorry for this ear. This junk feels so good, and it was hot in my house. This ear is so good. And usually with my showers, I be like, even though it's summertime, I still have it like on hot. But this summer is something different. It's something very, very different. So like I did it halfway through. Like I washed what I had to wash and rinse whatever, and I just turned it to cold. Because this heat is on. This heat is on something. Like they said in the memes, God, whatever you baking, cooking is done. It's done. But yeah, like I was saying, nothing is too impossible with God. Whether it's getting a job that's meant for you, and a lot of times we look at a qualification or the requirements and we don't apply for that job, or we apply for it and doubt that we're gonna get it. But what is the saying? God doesn't send to qualify; He qualifies who He sends. Something like that. Look around, see these cars too, but just because there's a stop sign or a red light don't mean they're gonna stop. But if you feel and you pray about this job and you feel like God's called you to do it, yeah, nothing is too impossible. Although we can always think that it's impossible. Like we as humans say all the time, oh, this is impossible. Like I think we just say it to be saying it, even though it's nowhere near true. We say, I'm trying to think, do I want a coffee? Because this coffee over here is nasty, and it's, never mind, because this person is on my tail for me to turn. Like, when I say on my tail, like, I can't even see, I can barely see her lights in the front of her car. She's just that close. I don't understand why people do that. Like, I'm trying to get somewhere, so slow down. Slow down. Hold on, because this lady, or man, whoever, is on my behind. Make sure she don't hit me or anybody else. Jesus, slow down. I know I don't drive slow. Kind of speeding on violence when it comes to driving, but she's like zoom zoom zoom. No, but I'm saying nothing is too impossible for God. I'm sorry, I keep sidetracking. I am so sorry. Yeah, whether it comes to schooling, just life, and all the situation you're in, the circumstances, the decisions you may have made, the choices you may have made, God can still turn that around. Like, and honestly, even with some stuff with me, like, I don't doubt as much as I used to, but there's still some instances or some situations I have a little bit of doubt, but right then and there, like, the old Tiff would have dwelled in it, But now I kind of like nip it in the bud, because once you start to doubt and let that go, it starts to fester. That doubt hole and that doubt door begins to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And the more bigger it is, it seems like the harder it's going to be to get rid of it. But like I said, and I always say, I've been saying throughout this video, nothing is too hard for God. Yeah, honestly, nothing. Even though with our egos or our words, we still think like, oh, with what I did, the choices I made, the words I said, God don't love me, or God don't love me like everybody else. Like, I have love for all his kids. You may have to discipline some kids more than others, but that don't mean he doesn't love you. You know what I mean? So you may go through like certain things that you may feel that it's harsh, or that it's harder than what everybody else is going through. But at the same time, honestly, and what I always say, you never know what people are going through. Like, on the surface, what you can see, like that outside looking in. I gotta clear some storage from my phone. Yeah, because it was not letting me record, but yeah, nothing's too impossible. With God, I'm going to be a little transparent again, and I say this, even at 9 years old, I really believed it. So from the age of 4 to 9, I had seizures, like bad, like seizures, like bad seizures. It was to the point, like, it's crazy, because to this day, I know like a trick. I wouldn't say a trigger. I know like an onset. I know when it was coming on, because I would kind of get this vibration or this feeling in my tongue before it happened. To the point, like, me as a kid, which is crazy, my mother telling me like years after, as an adult, she's like, Tiff, I always knew when you was about to have one, because you will always say, I feel sick, or I'm gonna feel sick. You would say something to that effect, and I would know what's about to happen, which is nobody but God. Because especially as a child and a seizure coming on, like, it could be a lot more serious. And I say that because what if I didn't feel something coming on, and I just so happened to have one, and nobody could get to me in time, and say I just fell and hit my head? Like, it could have been a much serious. I'm not saying that seizures aren't serious, but it's like something, like, it could have been worse than it was. You know what I mean? That could have really caused like a huge neurology problem. You know what I mean? Just by doing that. But it's crazy. Every time my mother said, and remember, I had it from 4 to 9. So when I was really able, like, to talk, yeah, she was like, Tiff, you would just say, oh, I'm about to get sick, or I'm about to be sick. And now when she told me that, like, as an adult, I'm like, I always felt it was about to come on, because I would get this feeling, like this vibration feeling in my tongue, like kind of more towards the back of my tongue. Yeah, I think it was the whole tongue, but I felt it more towards the back. But to the point, like, God, when I say God is a healer, even though I had it for 5 years, I haven't had it since I was 9 years old. And it's crazy, because I remember it vividly, even as a 9-year-old. That's what I could say. It's nobody but God. And when I say nothing's too impossible for God, it's not. Because I remember laying in my mother's bed, and it's crazy that I could think about it, and thinking about it so clearly, as if it was like an out-of-body experience. Like, I'm seeing it happen, as well as feeling me go through it. So when you have seizures, they don't want you to lay like straight onto your back, because you can possibly swallow your tongue. And I was like, which is crazy, because I don't even lay on my back at all. I think it's just real uncomfortable. I don't know, because of the weight or whatever. It's just uncomfortable to me. When I was a kid, I was like bony. So that's probably why I was like, when I say like a hot dog, I was a hot dog. I think that was like my nickname. I remember vividly laying on the bed, and I started having a seizure. And it's crazy because even like now, it's just crazy. Um, I remember like having like convulsing, having a seizure, and I could feel like my tongue is in a process, like I'm in a process of swallowing it's crazy. But in the midst of that, my mother was doing something, but right as I was at that moment, my mother had came in, and so I don't think she shook me, because you're not supposed to shake somebody that's convulsing. I don't know what exactly she did, but I remember her walking in the room, and next thing I know, I was up. And when I tell you, that was the very very last time I had a seizure. Like, very last time. Like, after that, I haven't had it. And it was like other factors going on with like the medication as well, but I know it was nobody but God. Because even like the dose I was given as a kid, I shouldn't be here right now. And I'm saying that because as a kid, and like the symptoms and stuff, it just didn't add up. I know, that's why I now know I'm here for a purpose. I'm here to be a blessing to others. I'm just here to spread God's word as much as I can, the best way I can. And shout out to, I'm not even gonna say who she was, but when I say it warmed my heart, and I never thought I would be here right now. She had actually my last video, and I'm gonna end it with this. What she said, she's like, I just love the way you talk about God, like it's to the point. Basically, it's not exactly the word she used. I'm not doing it verbatim. I'm like paraphrasing it. And she was like, I had to empty up some stuff for some more storage to finish this video, but she was basically just saying, I just like the way you speak about God's word, how you break it down, and I'm looking forward to doing more. To watching more videos. So I'm just, you know who you are. I don't want to put her on blast, but that really made not only my day, it made my year. It just made my life, period. So I want to thank you and shout out to you. I know these videos are coming slowly, but I'm definitely trying to get them out of here as quickly as possible. But just continue to watch the inspirational quotes that I'm putting up daily. And on another note, I will see you guys later. Remember to be somebody's light in a dark place, and you never know what people are going through. Just be somebody's light in a dark place, whether it's saying a simple hi. Sorry, these walls are very thin, so when people upstairs walk in, it sounds like it's actually in an apartment. It's just that thin. That's why I look behind me. Sorry. But thank you so much for watching again. Just be somebody light in a dark place. And nothing's too impossible for God, period, at all. So just leave some comments down below. If you're haven't yet subscribed, please do turn that post notification bell on wherever it is. And so you can get an alert when I do inspirational quotes as well as the videos. And thank you so much for watching this Stay Encouraged series. And on that note, see y'all later. Bye.